Are we live? Are we live? Are we live or not? Don't ask me what's going on, Bob. I don't even know if I'm on. I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm absolutely sick of this. Honestly, every time I do this live on YouTube, I want to throw everything through the window. Am I back, Janice? Can you hear me? Am I back? Oh, there you go. Gary's on. Good evening, Gary. Are we back on? Absolute. Honestly, the problems that YouTube have, and they're the biggest company and the biggest streaming platform, they're just shockingly bad. They really are. This is why I only use TikTok. Let me just have a little look at this. But we always have to start with a rant, don't we? Let me just see. Yes, so Lolly's on, Tony's on, good evening. Mark's on, how are you? Mrs. Travelon's on, she's downstairs. Tiggerific, thank you very much. Good evening. I don't know what happened. Let me just pull my microphone a little bit closer. Let me know, can you hear me loud and clear? Neil said loud and clear, there you go. Let me know if it's too loud or if it's not loud enough. I can have a little fiddle here with the microphone and stuff. I'm back. Lorraine's on, good evening. Don't you worry, Tiggerific, I'm on it. My mother's on as well, Jesus Christ. I've had 2 weeks with her. Oof, the stress. No, actually, she behaved herself. She was very good, both in the UK, apart from at the airport, and over here as well. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know she was here, apart from the fact that the house was just covered in washing 24 hours a day. I mean, if there's one place that you can't hang washing, you know, she'd find a way to hang it. Big AD is on booking excursions through Travel On. Oh, there you go. Neil's on it already, promoting the company. Happy Thursday, Destiny. How are you? Lynn's on. So, how are you all? I'm back. Now, so I missed one Thursday. I missed the Thursday before I went to England and Ireland, didn't I? So I'm just going to tell you about my little travels, and then we'll answer any questions and stuff like that. If you've got any questions, do ask them. So we missed one because I tried to go live downtown, didn't I? And ended up throwing a fit down there because nothing works. And then I was in England and Ireland. I was actually in Ireland last Thursday, or was it Thursday before? No, it was a Thursday before that. Then I came back. I was far too tired last week to do Thursday live. And I was actually going to cancel this one as well because I'm shattered. But we're here. Mrs. Travelon says, get down and do it. Happy Friday for tomorrow, Dave. Is it Friday tomorrow? Fantastic. We can hear you loud and clear. Good stuff. Jordan is going to Lanzarote tomorrow. Have a great time. It's a little bit overcast at the moment, Jordan. I'll be honest with you. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the weather a little bit differently. So I'm going to get up in the morning and do the weather because I've got to drive to Arrecife with Jack because he's starting work. Believe it or not, he's got himself a job. He's 16 years old. Summer holidays are coming. And rather than sitting around, he's got a job at Rancho, Texas. Can you believe it? He'll probably be doing like the menial work because he's only 16, maybe serving hot dogs or sweeping the bloody floor. But it's a job. So I've got to go and get all the paperwork for that. So we're heading to Arrecife. So tomorrow I'm going to do the weather in the morning down here in Playa Blanca and show you if it's cloudy. Hopefully it's sunny, and then I'm going to show you the weather as we get all the way up to Arrecife just to see how it changes, if it changes. If the video works, I'll post it. I've just posted a video on TikTok about a 1-star review that I noticed on TripAdvisor of a lady that complained that the potatoes that she had on her meal were wrinkly, and they're actually called papas arrugadas, or Canarian potatoes, which if you translate that from Spanish to English means wrinkled potatoes. So don't forget to set all messages. There you go. Big AD is sorting me out. Right, who we got? Well done, Jack. Thank you very much. Good on you, Jack. Well done, mate. Well, there you go. He had a choice. He wastes his summer or he goes and earns some dollars. And then the big decision for Jack is whether or not he goes to what's called bachillerato. Now, bachillerato is like a secondary school, so it's like sixth form college. So he's very good at school. He's one of the students that actually does well. Even though I don't know whether he likes school or not, but his grades are very good. So the teachers want him to do bachillerato, but he doesn't know what he wants to be. So I've said to him, apply for that, get yourself a summer job, see if you enjoy working for the summer. If you do, you've got yourself a job, you can earn yourself a fair salary at your age, and you can carry on working. If you find that you've done the summer and you think, I think I'll go and do 2 more years studying, you can go and do sixth form. Because for me, and you know me, I think education at the moment is absolutely nonsense. The things they're teaching kids are still the things that they taught us. Pythagoras' theory. I mean, when have you ever used that? Because I bloody haven't. And they're still teaching kids how to memorise things when we've all got mobile phones, chat GPT, AI these days. You don't need to memorise anything, do you? But that's how they're teaching people. And let's face it, school is like prison. It's just all. They don't teach you how to do your taxes and how to make money, do they? Because they want to train you up to be workers. But that's just me having a little bit of a rant about schools in general. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with him there. Canary and potatoes with sauce is Janet's favourite, and mine, Janice, and mine indeed. So yeah, that's just gone up on TikTok, so that should go well. And I've had some really, really good videos. Just to let you know, the last couple of weeks, what's been going on. So I got invited to the Google office, believe it or not, because I spend so much money on AdWords for the business, for the excursions business, travelon.world. If you want tours, trips and excursions, make sure to book. Use the code TTK. You'll get yourself a cheeky little discount. But because we obviously pay Google in order to get up there on the rankings, I was invited to the Google office in Dublin, and I took Jack as well for an experience, because for a 16-year-old to go there. So I'm going to tell you about the Google office, because it was wow, it was amazing. I've got some things there. I've got some other little things to show you as well. We went to Dublin, Ireland. It was amazing. Do you know what? I never even realised Dublin was like that. I don't know what I expected Dublin or Ireland in general to be like. I mean, I've seen it on telly. I know you see the countryside. I would have liked to have gone and seen the green grass and the countryside of Ireland. But obviously we were only there for 2 days. But I didn't think that Dublin would be so not beautiful as a city, but interesting. Like all the cathedrals and stuff like that, and the architecture felt like a bloody you know me, I'm not into all that history stuff, but the architecture was absolutely fantastic. So we really enjoyed Ireland. We met up with Pat. I don't know if Pat's on here. And Pat showed us around the Temple Bar area. Spent a bloody fortune. Stopped in the Premier Inn hotel for 2 nights, was €391. It was a brand new hotel, and it was actually quite nice. But for €391, absolutely ridiculous. I thought the Spar supermarket in Dublin, Ireland was pretty much the same as airport prices. In fact, I thought the whole of Dublin in general was airport prices. When you went to KFC, Burger King and that, it was really expensive. But I did find a little cheap shop called Sense. And that was, I think, the sort of Poundland of Dublin. And I was straight in there and saved myself a bloody fortune because I'm tight. Good evening, Karen. How are you? Off to Jungle Vibes. Enjoy Jungle Vibes. I was down there today, actually. Right, let's have a look at your comments. Jack seems like such a nice lad. He's a good lad. Yeah, very, very, very good lad. Hi, Dave. Thanks for putting the video up. Very helpful. No problem, Adam. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, and I did a video on Birmingham Airport as well, if you've seen that, because there was mad delays at Birmingham Airport and everyone was stressing. And when we flew over... Well, when we flew to Dublin, I did a video and that went viral. That got nearly 1 million views. And then when my mother came with me to Lanzarote, we went again because she was flapping. It was like the flight was at 8 and she wanted to get there 3 days before. But it was actually not too bad. It took literally 30 minutes to get through. So again, scaremongering. Everything's scaremongering at the moment. You need to teach about finances and managing them. Yes, you do, Lindy Lou. You do indeed, because they don't teach you that at school, do they? Can we purchase Travel on Polo shirts? No, Kevin. I might put together a polo option with the T-shirts and all the merchandise that I sort of do on YouTube. Like I said before, I don't make any money on it, and I don't do it for money. It goes through this big company. I can't remember the name, Printful or something they're called. They're quite expensive. I mean, the mugs, I think, are like £17, which is quite expensive for a mug. But if you do want to order any of the merchandise, you can get in touch with Mrs. Travelon, because that's what she does here in Lanzarote. She makes merchandise, gifts, you know, photos on things. And her website is diversionlanzarote.com. So diversionlanzarote.com. If you are coming over, you can contact her. through that. She's got her email address on there and everything. And if you want to order mugs and that, it'd be a lot cheaper than there, and she'll deliver them for you. I might even deliver them if you're lucky, but it depends. But she will definitely deliver them to your hotel. So you get to see Mrs. Travel on. I mean, you know, that's a double whammy. And she'll throw in some stickers as well. But polo shirts, I don't want to sell these. And I'll tell you why. The reason I don't want to sell these, whoever asked that question, who said that? Kevin. The reason I don't want to sell these is because these are like uniform. And the last thing I want is like a load of drunk tourists wandering around causing problems in Lanzarote with this on there. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if someone got arrested wearing this? It'd be like, oh, we think he worked for Travel On World. I always say that to bar owners because obviously Mrs. Travel On does a uniform for bar owners, and they say, well, I want, you know, this, I want to sell the same polos that the staff are wearing to the tourists. I'm like, well, I think you should have a different design, because if anybody saw out doing something or rolling around drunk out their mind and they've got your t-shirt on that looks like staff, they're going to think they're staff. I'm on the crap water today, but I've got a bottle of Posh as well, and I'm really annoyed. Oh, look, that one come off. But I'm really annoyed because I think Posh water... No, these are old bottles. Posh water has gone down this. Let's just, before I go on and tell you everything, let's just discuss this. I think we've done it before, but when did that become a problem? When did that need fixing? That was pretty simple, no? When did that need fixing? Now, it's flapping around. When you put it on, it doesn't go on properly. So you put it on your car seat. Oh, and it leaks. Look, all over the place because it doesn't go on properly, and then you try and drink and it's rattling around your nostrils. When did that become a problem that needed to be fixed? And also, I remember before COVID that everybody was collecting these. All the schools were like, can you collect your bottle tops because it's a different plastic and it recycles better? Now, nobody is going to be collecting their bottle tops, are they? They just go in there. And if you do choose to take it off, now you can poke yourself in the eye and go blind while you're trying to drink some water. Rant over. Rant over. Let me give this table a wipe. Right, let's have a look who we got. You messy bugger. Thanks, Tiggerific. The stupidest idea is that bottle cap. I know, Mark. Can you believe it? Why have they done that? Why? It's so you recycle the lid as well. Lindy, we used to collect the bloody lid tops. That's what the schools did. Collect the lid tops and do that. Apparently, this is why we were told before COVID to collect these, because it's a different plastic and it recycles differently. That's what I was told. And you actually, the schools got paid money to give this type of plastic, whereas the rest went in. I don't think it's so you recycle the top either, because they told us to take the tops off and recycle them separately. Now all of a sudden they want it all put together. I don't know. And anyway, if you're going to put your bottle in a recycle bin, you're going to put the top back on it anyway, aren't you? I don't know. I don't walk around the streets where I see thousands of bottle tops and think, oh my God, do you know what would be a fantastic idea if somebody invented something that would keep the bottle top on the bottle, because there's so many of these bottle tops around. What? Madness, madness. Enjoy a good rant. So do I, Lolly. So yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I really don't. Is Sandos Papagayo good? Yes, it is. Let's get back on topic. Johnny, Sandos Papagayo is really good. I've done a video on Sandos Papagayo. I'll show you where it is if you want, John. Because, close that up. I can show you, look. Sandos Papagayo. So it's a little bit far out, John. Look, it's literally sort of here. So map-wise... And I do love my little bit of mapping here. So map-wise, it's right by the Papagayo beaches. It's actually the closest to the Papagayo beaches. The Papagayo beaches are down here, look. And they're the natural beaches. They're some of the best beaches in the world. And from the back of the Sandos Papagayo, you can actually walk along this dirt track. If you want to get to the Papagayo beaches, this is the only way to do it, by the way. And I am due to do a video there and show you. But you walk along this dirt track, or if you're going to drive, you come down this road and you drive down this dirt track. That's the only way you can get to the beaches. So the Sandos Papagayo is quite far out, but it's a monster of a hotel, and it's really, really beautiful. Food, I'm not sure, but it's got big restaurants. I did a video on somebody that upgraded. I can't remember the name, so I do apologise, but they showed me around the room. That's on the YouTube channel as well. They showed me around the room, and they'd upgraded to like the special privileged thing, and they got a better restaurant, and they got like better food. So I think the upgrade is worth it there. But it's quite far into town. From here, from the Sandos, to walk, I mean, just to Marina Rubicon's probably, which is here, look, probably going to take you a good 30 minutes. And then to get into town from Marina Rubicon, you're going to need another 30 minutes. You're going to need a good 45 minute to an hour walk to get into the main town, or taxis. But it's beautiful. And look at that. We've already got the satellite picture of the big Barcelo. Look at that. I didn't even know that. I thought Google were outdated, but I suppose it's all up to date, isn't it? Look, you can see the massive hotel. You can see the Dreams there. Look at the size of that bloody pool. And there's all the rooms. Look at the Barcelo with all the pools around. Oh, we'll have to have a good look at that in a minute, but we've got other things to discuss, haven't we? Coming out on the 16th, hope to bump into you. And me, Crumpets. I mean, look, if anybody, I get a lot of messages saying I'd like to bump into you. I am usually down by the harbour area every morning between 7:30 and 8:30 in Playa Blanca, just having a little walk around and a little morning walk to do the weather and stuff, usually around there. I can't guarantee it. And then I'm live on TikTok on a Sunday. I am going to try in the summer to try and be live somewhere during the day. But it's just a matter of time, guys. I need time. We'll discuss that, the future of Mr. Travel On, what we're going to do in a bit. Good evening. See you at Be Live in a few weeks, hopefully. Good stuff, Rob. Lindy Lou says they're a nightmare to drink out of. They are indeed. We've ranted about that already, haven't we? Have a great night, Karen. Scroll back up as you missed some good questions. Right, Big AD. I'm going to scroll back up. Big AD, are you able to pin questions on there? Are you able to pin on there, Big AD? Let me just have a look. Oh, I can't do anything there. No, can the spanners pin questions on here? I don't think they can. If I've missed a good question, just ask again, because it's quite hard for me to see. But right, let me see if I can answer your questions first, and then I've got to show you a few things. We need to try and meet up in Lanzarote in June. I don't know who that is. See, I can't see the questions, Big AD. So I think if you've got a good question, do it. And Mrs. Travel On, if you can pin, I don't know if you can. Let me just see if I can organise the pinning. Oh, I don't think I can. No, I'm not going to mess about with that because, we're live. Only you can pin, Dave. Really? That's a bit silly, isn't it? I don't know how to do that. So for next week, I shall learn how to make it so that you can pin. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, so we did Dublin. We did Birmingham. I had a good time, to be honest. The weather was good. And I did a video in the airport of eating Tayto Crisps. I don't know if you've seen it. I've done it on YouTube as well. But I went to the airport and I had a meal deal. And Pat said, you got to try Tayto Crisps. And everyone says, you got to try Tayto Crisps. They're much better than Walker's. So I had... I can pin, yeah, Big AD, but I don't think anybody else can. So I had a packet of salt and vinegar Tayto Crisps. The outrage. Honestly, I've never known anything like it. Well, it wasn't outrage. Everyone was just saying, you should have tried cheese and onion. Oh, you've made the fatal mistake of not having cheese and onion. Why have you had salt and vinegar? Terrible. So, you wouldn't believe it. Just before the live today, Adam, who actually owns the Old Mill pub down in Playa Blanca, he also owns a company called Island Snacks. And they distribute all the crisps, like the Walker's crisps and all the things that you find in the bars and I suppose the English supermarket. And he messaged me and I said, I'm just about to go live. And he said, I'm at your door with a box of crisps. I was like, what? What are you on about? He's only gone and bought me. I've already opened them because I've done a video already because I did a TikTok video which is going up tomorrow. He's only gone and bought me. Not 2, not 3. Got 4 packets of bloody Tayto's crisps. So, anybody on from Ireland, let me know. It's time to see Well, I've already tasted them, but it's time to tell you lot what my thoughts are on the old Taytos. Now, let's put things into perspective. Why on earth did I try salt and vinegar? Well, I only saw these 2 packets on the shelf in Boots, right? This to me is ready salted. This colour is ready salted. I think the Walker's cheese and onion are blue, aren't they? And green is salt and vinegar. So I just thought they were ready salted. Plus, it's got the word the original Irish crisp, and I just saw the red packet and the original, so I thought, well, I'm buying them because I wouldn't buy a pack of ready salted crisps. There's no point. You buy flavoured ones, in my opinion. So I picked these ones, which were the salt and vinegar, and that was the outrage. You should try cheese and onion. So Adam came round and dropped these bloody crisps off, and I didn't realise Tayto's also do smoky bacon and my favourite prawn cocktails. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to taste. I have tasted them previous, but I'm going to start with smoky bacon because I don't usually like smoky bacon. But we're having a little snack while we're talking. But I tell you what, these smoky bacon crisps are better than Walker's. Ellen says she loves Taytos. She's Irish. Ellen, I'm with you on the Taytos, but there is one flavour that Walker's beat hands down. Coming on 31st, hope to see you there. Don't ask any questions yet until I finish this bit because I can't bloody see them. So look, smoky bacon, orange pack, absolutely delicious. But this is my favourite crisp. Let me know in the comments what your favourite flavour of crisp is. Mine is prawn cocktail all the way. I love prawn cocktail crisps. And obviously, I love Walker's prawn cocktail. Let me just move that camera a minute, 1 second. Yep. There you go. So I tried these ones, and I've got to say, Taytos, and to all my Irish followers, they're nice, but the prawn cocktail are nowhere near as good as Walker's. Salt and vinegar I've now tried 3 times. I'll just try one for the hell of it. They're actually better than Walker's, in my opinion. And then you lot that just filled the comment section with cheese and onion, cheese and onion, cheese and onion. That's all I got. Oh, you've made a fatal mistake. You should have gone for cheese and onion. Even my mate Phil, who's from Ireland, he went, what are you doing? He sent me a private message. What are you doing? You should have had cheese and onion. I'm like, everyone keeps telling me this. So I've tried them, and I tell you what, I don't like cheese and onion crisps. But these, they're absolutely beautiful. You're not wrong, Ireland. Cheese and onion Taytos are the absolute nuts. They are beautiful. So, thank you, Ireland. I have to agree. Some flavours of Taytos are much better than Walker's with your cheese and onion and your salt and vinegar. But your prawn cocktail crisps, you can keep them. I'm sticking on Walker's. I'm sticking on Walker's. Lindy Lou says salt and vinegar for her. What's your favourite snack from Lanzarote? I'm picking my teeth here. Snack from Lanzarote. I'm going to do a video soon on something called salchipapas, which is what the younger generation eat. So when we went out back in the day and got drunk, we'd have a kebab, didn't we? Here in Lanzarote in Spain, it's salchipapas. So they have salchipapas and it's chips with cheese and like sausage in there. It looks beautiful. Big AD. Dave has got many hotels and villa reviews on his channel. Thank you very much, Big AD. I do like fudge and I do love fudge, but I'm allergic to it, and Lay's crisps. There you go, Lindy Lou. My mother loves Lay's crisps. She thinks they're the best crisps. I might have to do a comparison between Walker's, Lay's, and Tayto's. But I am impressed, Ireland, with your Tayto crisps. I must admit, I'm very good. Food porn, Nicola. There you go. Prawn cocktail, yuck. No way. Prawn cocktail's the best. Anyway, what else have I got? I've been given some presents this week. So I got back. Tiggerific Tales has been here on holiday, and he messaged me, and I went down and did the weather with him, and he bought me a present from the UK. Now, I'm going to show you. It was actually 2 presents. He bought me an A4 version of this look. A little signed, obviously not originally signed because Mr. Miyagi's dead, but a little signed Karate Kid thing, and I've framed it and it's on my wall there in the office. But how cool is that of Tiggerific to buy me that? Because he knows I love a bit of Karate Kid. Look, you can see I've got the Cobra Kai and stuff over there. So Karate Kid, I got a little bit more merch. And then Lorraine got in touch and she said, Dave, I arrived on a Jet2 flight and I bought you a present. And guess what she bought me? To go in my collection, which I haven't got, bloody Jet2 plane. So I was really, really happy with that. So thank you, Tiggerific, for me Karate Kid. And thank you for the plane. Look at that. So I was well happy with that. Gifts for Mr. Travel On. Oh, and a bottle of posh water as well, Lorraine bought. And a bottle of wine for Mrs. Travel On. Keep the gifts coming. Keep the gifts coming. They got to be good though. I'm done with posh water. I got bloody hundreds of bottles of it. Right, let's have a little look at the comment. Lay's Crisps and Fanta Lemon. There you go. Mrs. Travel On likes that. I love smoky bacon flavour. Raymond, I'm not a fan, but the Tayto's one were. I've saved these for Mrs. Travel On now because I'm on a bloody diet. I know you lot. If you go through my videos and I met someone today and they said, oh God, you've lost weight. And I ate so much in England that I actually put on, and I keep going up like 3 kilos, 2 kilos, 5 kilos. I'm just sort of between that level and my face is getting fatter and I feel bloated. So I've done really well the last week and a half and sort of it's coming off. But you'll see in the videos, but you'll notice as I do videos when I'm eating crap. And please, I will never be offended if you drop me a message, say, Dave, you're eating crap again, ain't you? I can tell in your face because this starts puffing up. The old man boobs start I looked at some videos when I was in Dublin and the boobs are like hanging down. I mean, I needed a bra in some of them. I mean, they're still big. I've always had man boobs, but they were terrible. So I'm on a mad diet now. I'm going to lose weight. I'm still following Eddie Abu on TikTok, and there's another Welsh guy, and I can't remember his name on TikTok. He is fantastic. He's ripped to hell, and he's Welsh, and he shows people what he eats on a daily basis. So I'm sort of following what he eats. I must tag him. I'm going to do a video because he's brilliant, honestly, young lad, and he's just so great. His personality's fantastic as well, and he's like ripped like a machine. So yeah, please, if you see me getting fatter, drop me a message. I'm never going to be offended. You can be as abusive as you want, but just say, you look like you're putting on a few pounds because it'll help me. So them crisps, I've done ever so well. I've only sampled them once for the TikTok video that I made before this and once there, and I'm giving them to the kids. But I bet you have a nibble while we're doing this. I bet they'll be gone before we finish. Yeah, let's have a look. What we got? I was looking for some Gran Canaria videos, but not sure if the right place. At the moment, Sam, no. I haven't been over to Gran Canaria. I can't be eating them bloody crisps on here. I haven't been over to Gran Canaria. You can have a look on our website because we've got all the excursions from Gran Canaria, all the boat trips. And it's www.travelon.world. Select Gran Canaria, you'll be able to see what there is to do over there. But I haven't been over there to make any content. I'm due to go soon, very soon. So it should be the next place. Let's have a look. I went to Lanzarote last year. Loved ham on ruffles. Ham on. Oh, God, love a bit of ham on, Johnny. Taking planes. Any decent feedback on... Talking planes. Any decent feedback on Ryanair? Bob. That brings me right on to Clown of the Week. Clown of the Week. So, Ryanair. I love them. I love Ryanair. I'm sorry. Well, I do and I don't. They nearly ruined my belief. So, Ryanair are great, aren't they? Because the prices are dirt cheap. In fact, every time I book a flight, Ryanair is the cheapest. And you can't beat them for that. But then... when you start booking, they drive you crazy, don't they? And I am going to do a video on this. So you select your flight and it's 30 quid. 30 quid each way, let's say. So that's 60 quid. Then you go to the next stage and it says, select your seats. And the seats are 30 quid. 15 quid each way to sit together. And you know me, I'm tight. And I'm like, I ain't paying for it. I'll skip that. Then you skip it, and another thing flashes up, and it says, because me and Jack were going, it says, Dave, you will likely be sat here. There's a picture of the plane, and Jack will be sat here, and they're trying to scare you to spend another 30 quid. I mean, the whole flight costs 30, so they're asking you basically to pay a whole new flight just to sit together. I skipped. I'm not interested. I ain't paying it. I'd rather sit apart because I'm tight. So then you get to the next bit, and then it's constant, isn't it? Do you want car hire? Do you want this? So that's the only thing I don't like about Ryanair. Then if you want to take a bag on, one of the overhead bags, it's 32 euros each way. So that's another double flight. So by the time you've done everything and added it, it's actually not that cheap. Anyway, I am cheap, as you know, and I'm tight, and I only wanted a rucksack, so I skipped everything. I'm paying 60 quid for my flight. That is it. And we did a video at the airport, and it was only tongue-in-cheek. It was like, right, we're going to try and sit together, because I've seen a few people do it. And if you wait until the very last people to get on the plane, well, if you just sit and wait, because everybody's queuing, let them go. Let them all get on. Let them all get settled. Be the very last with your thing. Go on. And then if you board the front of the plane and keep walking, well, you'll see what empty seats there are, won't you? Because everyone will be sat down and you'll be the last idiots on. So me and Jack did it, and we actually got a seat of 3 together. So although we didn't pay for our seats, they put us literally at the other end of the plane. So we did that, and we were sat 3. We got a seat together, 3 of us. So we were really happy with that. I did a video on it. That went quite viral as well. In fact, when I landed in Dublin Airport, the guy said, "Oh, well done on getting them seats." So that was just a little bit of a joke. So we did that, and then on the way back, I did the same, but I had to have a little sort of 10 kilo hand luggage. I think it cost about 27 euros. So I had this hand luggage to go on. I paid 27 euros for it, and they've got the little things that it went in, and I was a little bit worried because I'd bought quite a few things and I'd packed the case. So when we got to the airport, I shoved it in the thing, and it fit absolutely perfect. There was no problems with it at all, so I didn't question it. I thought, yeah, that's great, that's going to go on. And anyway, when we got to check-in, my bloody mother was mithering me because she was like, I can't carry this, I can't carry this. So I said, right, give me your bags. So Jack had her carry-on bag, and I had my carry-on bag, and I made the fatal mistake of bringing that to the attention of the lady who was checking the boarding pass. And I said, oh, this is my mother's bag, by the way. She's just carried on. And because I brought the attention to her, if I hadn't have said that, she wouldn't have said anything. And this is the thing, if you are going to try and sneak anything on, you've got to literally just eye contact with them. Hello, have a conversation with them so they don't see your bag and then wheel it through. But she brought that attention. She went, oh, could you just pop them in the measuring thing? I was like, yeah, cool, because I'd already measured them. They were literally, honestly, that far out. And one of the wheels, because it was pointing that way, was that far out. Oh, no, you're going to have to pay to put them on. I'm like, what? I said they fit perfectly. No, they're sticking out 0.5 centimetre. I'm like, are you joking? And I said, come on. And this is where I thought, now this is where it could get why they charge you. You know what I mean? Why they say, well, we're going to charge you, and you see all the arguing at the airport. Because if you're a bit of an arse and you start going, no, I'm not paying this is ridiculous, they're within their rights to charge you, and you ain't getting on that plane anyway. And I'd do that. If somebody spoke to me crap, I'd be like, well, sorry, mate, you're paying. But I was very nice. I said, oh, come on. I said, can you do me a favour, I said, I love Ryanair. I promote you all the time, and I live in Lanzarote. Come on, do me a favour. And she called another bloke over, and he said, just take a couple of things out for us. So I took 2 things out. It made no difference whatsoever. And I put it back in. He went, just turn the wheels to the side. I turned the wheels to the side, and he gave me the wink, and he said, go on. And I just thought, oh, they're so petty. So we got on the plane. We were the last ones, but we were like at the other end of the plane. And I did say in the video, I said it was a bit petty of Ryanair because I'd obviously gone through the I'm not paying for my seat allocation. And it's as if they've lost. You know what I mean? They've lost the game. Why not say, well, this lad ain't paying. Fair play to him. He's beat us. He ain't paying. But we're going to put you right at the end. But there was empty seats. It was like when we got on the plane, there was 3 seats together. Why couldn't they have actually put us together even though we didn't pay? So I said, oh, it's a bit petty, isn't it? Oh, my God. Idiot of the week. Let me see if I can find the email. Let me see if I can find the idiot. We had this guy come on. I'm not lying. Either he's one of these fetish guys that has got a thing for Ryanair and watches Ryanair Ryanair naughty channel, because Ryanair must have a naughty channel. I must do it. I'll do it next week, because I am going to put some comments on, and we're going to have a little section called Clown of the Week. But honestly, this guy wrote an essay. It's on my YouTube. It's on one of the videos. He wrote an essay. It must have been 500 words on how terrible I was for not paying for my seats, and yada 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 yada. And I just said to him, "What is wrong with you? Why has that offended you so much that I'm just having a little bit of fun?" But he's Clown of the Week. You'll see the comment on one of the videos. It was crazy. But yeah, I thought it was a bit petty anyway. That much, half a centimetre out for the case made no difference. And then everyone's having a go saying, oh, well, they put you in special seats for load balancing. The bloody plane was full. It might make a difference if I sit there and there. And then if they're putting people in certain places for load balancing, surely they'd say to you, what do you weigh? Because some people weigh double what I weigh. So how are they load balancing anything? Idiots. Anyway, that's a rant over from that. Let's have a look at your comments, see what we're up to. Jet2 offers 22k luggage as standard. Now, that is where, I think if you do a little bit of searching, it's Ryanair are very clever, aren't they? Because they put it cheap, and then by the time you've got through to the end, you're just like, do you know what? I've got this far. I'm just going to book it. I'm just going to book it and there. But if you do go on to Jet2, double check, because the luggage is included and everything's included. Sometimes it might work out either the same price or cheaper. And I'm not sure whether I prefer Jet2 or Ryanair. I love Ryanair. I can't fault them, I must admit. They never let me down, and they've been always on time. I just think that they've got this little bit of sort of, let's squeeze as much money out of them as possible. And you know me, I'm tight. We're in Lanzarote in Sandos Papagayo. Somebody asked about Sandos Papagayo Pain. Hope you're having a good time. Aer Lingus is good to fly with. Do you know what? When I booked my flight to Dublin, it was that cheap. I didn't even have a look at any other airline. That was 15 quid each way. So I paid £15. That was it to go to Birmingham. The plane was full. But then again, it was £15 to go there, and then £15 for your seats. I'm like, I'm not paying £15 to reserve a seat on a 45-minute flight. I'm not that desperate to sit with anybody. Evening, Suzanne, how are you? Let's just have a look, see if I can refresh this chat. Let me have a look. Top chat and live chat. Let's have a look. Hi, Dave. What's your views on Luzimar? Kay and Den staying there next week. Dennis, Luzimar. Let's have a little look. Luzimar, I tell you. Oh, he's showing me bloody personal emails there. So the Luzimar is a tiny little complex, only small. 1 second. Luzimar, Porta del Carmen. So, make sure we're working. Yep. So Luzimar, look, is here. Look how built up Porta del Carmen is. Look. So Porta del Carmen main strip is here. Your Biosphera shopping centre is, I think, here. Yeah, that's the Biosphera shopping centre with the rooftop. And the Luzimar is just a quick walk from there. So, to get from the Luzimar to the Biosphera shopping centre, you're talking 10 minutes max. And then a little bit further down, another 10 minutes will take you down to the Old Town Harbour. So you're right sort of in the heart of the Old Town. But then you're also, 15 minutes? Sure, if you take the shortcut through here as well and come down here, 15, 20 minutes, you're right down on the front. Lovely little complex. Basic, I think it's a basic 3-star. Self-catering. It has got a pool bar on site. There's a little pool bar on site. I actually worked there as a rep many moons ago, and it's just a little quiet place. So yeah, quite like it. Like I said, basic 3-star. Got a pool bar. There it is, look. You can see the apartments there. You've got a Spar supermarket literally opposite. So you've got a big Spar supermarket, and oh yeah, and your 2-minute walk from the Lidl. There's the Lidl. Well, 5 minutes to the Lidl. So you can get all your big shopping there. That's definitely the place to go for your big shop. Get your shopping in from Lidl. You can walk back to your apartment, dump your shopping, your self-catering. I think you've picked a blinder there. So there you go. I hope that helps. Let's have a little look. Oh, I can't see these comments. There you go. Let me just flick through here. Where was that one? the autistic vlogger, I may do special assistance video on what it's like to go to Lanzarote, Paul. Yeah, I should, Paul. I'd do special assistance. I'll tell you why. If you saw my video... Hello, Paul, by the way. I met Paul. I gave him a mug ages ago. I hope you're well, mate. So Paul, he's maybe doing a video on assistance at the airport. Because my mother, if you've seen the video, was hopping around like bloody peg leg, like a pirate. Because she's hurt her leg, she's hurt her back, she's fallen over. She needs bloody assistance at the airport. And some people need assistance at the airport. But I looked around that airport and I'm telling you what, there were some people, not all, but there were some people that definitely did not need assistance at that airport and are just playing the bloody game. I know that for a fact. But my mother's too stubborn and she's hobbling around. So I said to her, next time you are booking assistance, and she's actually agreed, because she went back without me, obviously, to Birmingham, and obviously when Ryanair call you early for the flight, you have to go and stand somewhere. She said, oh, next time I'm getting assistance. So I might, next time she comes over, fly over, pick her up, come back with her and do a video also, Paul, about how to get special assistance and book it. But like I said, there was quite a few people that I looked in the special assistance area and I thought, really? And again, I'm not having a go at anybody that needs special assistance. If you need special assistance, you need special assistance. But as a rep back in the day, there were so many people that would get to the airport and say, you get straight off the coach like this, I need special assistance, I need a wheelchair. And you knew for a fact they were out on the piss all week, bowling up and down Porta del Carmen High Street. You'd see them bowling around the pool in the afternoon, absolutely paralytic, you know, walking through reception, come on, we're dancing on the dance floor. And then the minute they got to the airport, they get off that coach, I need assistance, I need my wheelchair, come and bet me. And you think, you cheeky git. But there are people that do that as well, unfortunately, in the world. But I definitely think my mum needs special assistance, mental assistance as well, because she's losing her marbles. She's not really. She'll kill me. What's your favourite airline? Ryanair, EasyJet. Ryanair is probably my favourite airline because that's the only one I travel with. Let's have a look. Coming over 1st of August for 10 nights to Playa Blanca. What's Palmeiras Gardens like? Gria, Palmeiras Gardens. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Palmeiras Gardens. Palmeiras Gardens is actually lovely. I'm going to show you it right now. Here we go. So Palmeiras Gardens is actually not far from me. So this is where I do my morning walk all the time. And I'll just give you an example. You've got the harbour area here. Oh, there's a new boat, by the way, in the harbour. It's the new Armas ferry. I'm going to do a video maybe this week on that. So Armas, which is the older of the ferries. I'll get to your hotel in a minute, by the way. Armas, which is the older of the two ferries, which is a little bit rusty now, is out the water for repair. Hopefully they're going to give it a lick of paint, because it's the oldest bloody ferry, but it's the funnest. I actually prefer it over the Fred Olsen. But they've bought this massive like Dreamliner just to go between Fuerteventura, so I've got to go and do a video there and hop over on that. I might do it live on Sunday, I'm not sure. But anyway, Palmeiras Garden, you are literally 10-minute walk from the harbour, and then from the harbour area, how did I just make that spin round? From the harbour area, you're about a 5-minute walk into the main town. So you've got the Playa Blanca beach here, and then you've got Playa Dorada. I'd say from your hotel to Playa Dorada, you're going to need to give yourself at least 35 minutes to get there. But your hotel is here. It's a little complex, got a lovely little pool. But when I say a little complex, it's actually quite big. It goes quite far around here. And it's right next to, it's right opposite, in fact, the Natura Palace. I'm going to add about 10 more minutes to what I just said, actually, because I was thinking of another place. It's actually opposite the Natura Palace Hotel. So you've got the Natura Palace Hotel here. You've got a little place just here next to the Natura that's got sort of bars, restaurants and stuff. Sebastian's Greek restaurant, couple of different Greek, couple of different places in Italian and that. You're not too far from Faro Park as well, if you really wanted to go and visit the Faro Park area. But it's a really nice place, very quiet. Down here is Finchy Fitness. If you do come on a Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, I will be in there punching the crap out of a punch bag with Wellington, who's the Kempo world champion. He teaches the kids Kempo, but every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, 8:45, you'll catch me coming out of there. And if you want to say hello, I'll be there. Right there, opposite Natura Palace, you'll be able to catch me there to say hello. I might be sweaty, and I might be exhausted, and I might not be able to breathe. But there you go. So you got there. You've also got a little gym there where Mrs. Travelon goes and does her fitness classes and all sorts of stuff like that. And you've got a lovely bar in there called Bar Arena. So there you go. Gria. I hope I've pronounced your name right, Gria. So I'll be there 10 nights. You might catch me down there. Boxing. I've done that this morning. Right. Now I can sort of see the comments. I can sort of scan through. I heard about a fire at Zanzibar Environmental Complex on Monday. Did it cause any issues? Big AD, I know you probably saw that on Facebook. Mrs. Travelon mentioned to me. I don't know, mate. I'll be honest with you. It sort of went in that ear and out the other, so it couldn't have caused that much. Oh, by the way, it's Canarian Day. Shit. Yeah, it's Canarian Day today. It's big bank holiday here. But I'm going to have another little rant, actually. So Canarian Day is obviously the traditional Canarian Day. And usually, and this is why, I'll be honest with you, this is why I forgot to mention it. Because it doesn't feel like Canarian Day. Usually, this place is heaving with Canarian celebrations. You know, you've got all the traditional stuff going on in the streets. You've got so much going on. The people in the shops and the supermarket wear the traditional Canarian clothes. All the kids have got the hats on and that. But there's really nothing going on. Not that I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong. Lanzarote is a really not a good place to add. That they don't advertise things well if they do these sort of events. So I don't know. But I think, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, I think these traditional celebrations, they're trying to phase them out. But yet other celebrations, which are absolutely ridiculous, a big song and dance about it, you know, big parades and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, I think they're trying to push out the traditional sort of, you know, historical sort of celebrations of things. Because honestly, usually it's huge over here and I've heard nothing. I drove down Playa Blanca and I thought, oh, I should do a video there. But there was a couple of people with the tin play, the little thing. There was nothing going on and nothing really advertised and nothing pushed. So I don't know much that's going on. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is stuff going on. But happy Canarian Day anyway, and we should be celebrating it. And I had some Canarian potatoes for dinner, just for there. Jet2 shows booking your seat as holiday essentials. Don't pay for them. Still get seats together for both of us. Yeah, well, this is it. So back in the day, Sabuk, regarding sort of booking seats, back in the day. This is why I know it's a con, right? This is why I know it's a con. Because back in the day as reps, your job was to make money, sell excursions, sell phone cards. Do you remember phone cards back in the day? we used to have a target for phone cards. Nobody wanted to sell phone cards and your boss would be on you. You haven't sold any phone cards. You're like, oh, nobody wants phone cards. This was before mobile phones and everyone was using phone boxes. And the sale was, buy a €10 phone card off me, you'll get double the time than using your coins. It was a con. I mean, we were essentially conning people. But if your job is sales, as long as you're not stealing from old people and really conning them, you know, you do what you're told, don't you? If you've got a target, you'll sell someone a €10 phone card. They'll probably only get €10 worth of credit anyway, but the same as using coins. But it's not going to kill them, is it? So you do it. So phone cards was one, and we were also targeted on pre-booking seats. So we used to use scare tactics, and we were told to do this, you know, as reps. It was like, right, you need to tell people that they're not going to be sat together on the plane. And if they want to guarantee that they're sat together, it's €7 per person. And then we'd sell them the things to be like, right, John and Jane at Los Socos, room 123, have paid to sit together. And then you take that into the office and somebody would make sure that they're sat together. They were already bloody sat together anyway. So it's all a con. It is all a con. And Ryanair have clicked onto this old way of doing things and they're doing exactly the same. It's all an absolute con. And this is why I don't believe anybody in the world, because I was a salesman, and I know that some of you that are watching today are probably cashiers or work in shops or salespeople, work at McDonald's and everything. And you're told by your boss, listen, when somebody buys a Big Mac or buys a meal deal, tell them to upgrade for €1. You know, in your heart, they're only going to get about that much more drink, and they're going to get about that many more chips. But you bloody do it, don't you? So this is why I think, with the way the world is, that everyone's bloody lying to us. You know, because everyone's got a job to do. And if you're in a job in the government and someone says, listen, just tell them this. You know, as long as it's not something too bad, you're like, okay, I'll tell them that. So yeah, pre-book seat. That's why I know it's an absolute con, because me and Mrs. Travel On used to have to sell it. We never did. Not many anyway. But you did in your welcome meeting. You say, if you want to sit together and guarantee your seats on the way home, it's going to cost you €7. A sound investment. A sound investment. The last thing you want to do after your holiday is get on that plane and have the stress of your whole family being split up. Just pay us seven quid each. We'll make sure you guarantee it. And people bought it. Terrible, ain't we? Terrible. But that's the way the world is. So it is a con, paying to pre-book your seats. And that's why I said in the video that Ryanair were petty, because I didn't pre-book my seats, but they could have just put me in those 3 seats that were empty. You know what I mean? They could have, the machine could have looked at that and thought, come on lads, we haven't got the cash out of him. There's 3 seats there, stick them in there. No, they said, we haven't got the cash out of him. There's 3 empty seats here. Let's put Jack right at the back and him right at the front, just to piss them off. Just to piss them off. So next time they'll book it so they're not sat apart. Petty. But I really upset somebody. I will show you that comment. Or you can probably go on the video. Honestly, I've never seen a comment like it. It's so long. I went. Let's have a look. Where are we? Let's have a look. I went to Lanzarote 2 times, heading back in July for a week's holiday. Fantastic, Luke. Hope you have a great time. Hi, Dave. What's your view on losing? I think I've answered that one, haven't I? I'm sort of back on myself here. Load balancing is not an load balancing, it's not an RAF fly. Exactly, Neil. Load balancing. That's what people think. It's to do with load balancing. If you change your seats, the plane is going to plummet. That's what this clown said. The plane will plummet if you change your seats. Shut up. He would have pre-booked his seats. I'll tell you what. He'd have been on his own and I'd have sold him a pre-booked seat. I'm sure I've done that before. Somebody on their own, can I pre-book my seat so I made sure to sit with myself? Yeah, no problem. Give me £7. He would have pre-booked his seat, wouldn't he? Load balancing. I could have just told him, so listen, mate, you better pay me £7 on that because of the load balancing on the plane. Otherwise, you ain't going nowhere. Fly out way TUI. Yeah, I think TUI and Jet2 are the better sort of airlines because I think they give you more. I think they're going to include the luggage. They're going to include that. And of course, they're package holidays as well. So you do get it all included with the hotel and stuff, don't you? We're staying in a villa. Ryanair is 1,200 for 5 of us. Jet2 is 3,350. Wow, and they ain't going to get our business. I think, Bob, the reason that Jet2 are more is because Jet2 want to sell you their packages. They're not interested in selling you a flight. They want you to book the whole holiday through them, so that's why they're more expensive. And Jet2 are an airline, so they just want to sell you the flight. Phil's on. Phil, I don't know if you've seen earlier. If not, you can get it on catch up. Back of the cheese and onion, mate. Phil was the one that messaged me and said, how dare you not eat cheese and onion? Paparazzi will be waiting for me, Dave. I don't know what that comment's for. Happy Canarian Day. Can you do some more videos on Sandos Papagayo? Johnny, I think I've done about 3. I can do though. But I have done about 3 on YouTube. Yeah, Sue said it's a temporary ferry while the other one's being serviced. Just over a week to go for my Fuerteventura holiday. Enjoy Fuerteventura, Dan. It's been cloudy here, but I've seen things over in Fuerteventura, and it's been better over in Fuerteventura, a lot sunnier. Rant number 4. I don't know which rant I'm on, Nicola. I'm on hundreds of them. Luggage prices for Ryanair are cheaper than other flight companies. Maybe, Johnny, I don't know. Big Adi said he read about the fire in the Canary News. Yeah, it would have been in there. I'm not sure what the fire was. I'll try and find out. No worries. Let's have a look because I'm a bit behind here. What happens is with these things is it goes up and then I lose it. I got conned by phone cards back in the day, Becky. Oh, hello, Becky. How are you? Becky's done a video with us as well. How are you, Becky? Hope you're well. Did you get conned? I'd have conned you on phone cards. I'd have sold you loads of them. I was a good salesman. I've got to say, guys, you know, as sales went, I was number one. I was. My welcome meeting was... You know, people used to stand up and applaud me afterwards. It was just so. I did a good welcome me and Mrs. Travelon. So when we were reps, me and Mrs. Travelon, we were always quite competitive with each other on sales. I always smashed her with sales, but she did have sort of. Well, she had different hotels than me, but I was the sales king. I was really good. I've got to give myself that. I'm a good salesman, but she was the best at service. So your targets when you were a rep were sales and service. So we were the perfect team, to be honest. She was really good with customers. I was okay with customers, but you know, if somebody kicked off too much, they'd get one of them. Just a slight. I'd just sort of sit there going, yeah. So what's your problem? What's your problem with that? You don't like your room? Did I offer you another room to move to? Yeah. Did you refuse it? Yeah. See you later then. But there you go. I wasn't good at service, but while they were complaining to me, I sold them a couple of phone cards, just like Becky. Lindy Lou likes the genuine fakes from the Lucky Man. You can get a few of them. In fact, Mrs. Travelon went to the Playa Blanca market with my mother. She took my mother down to the Playa Blanca market. My mother bought a load of junk back, and she said that she asked, or she saw one of the lucky men. Well, they're not lucky men; they're just market men, aren't they? But they were selling the fake Chloe bags because she wanted one of them, and I said I'm not paying 1,700 for an original. And the geezer wanted €38 for a fake Chloe bag. I mean, it was just like a little bit of plastic thing stuck on there. So if they say 38, go down to 10. Get them at 15, max 20. Don't pay any more than that for these fake bags. I always pre-cook seats. You always pre-cook them, do you, Tracy? And then you spelt it again. So Tracy's always pre-booking the seats. Tracy, do you know what? You pre-book your seats. If you want the safe and sound, because you're not going to be sat together if it's on Ryanair, I can tell you that. You're going to have to do our trick and be the last one on the plane. So I'm not having a go at anybody that pre-books their seats. I just thought I'd give it a try, and it worked for us on the way there. And to be honest, it could have worked on the way back, but with all the hassle with the luggage, I just wanted to get on the bloody plane. Jack was at the front. My mum was somewhere behind me, and I was right at the back. So I probably could have... We could have, because when I went to see Jack at the front of the plane, I did see some empty seats. So if we were the very last people on, and Jack had to board at the back and I had to board at the front, if we'd have both got on at the front, which we were planning on doing, and just walked to the back, I think we'd have got sat together anyway. I think there was I saw a couple of rows of 3, but they were nabbed quite quickly by people. So there you go. Reps sold mosquito bands, did they, Suzanne? I never got sold mosquito bands back in the day. I just sold my soul when I was a rep. Mosquito bands, that would be a good one. That would be a good seller. There's loads of mosquitoes around at the moment. Me and my mum and my sister and a friend are heading over to Lanzarote in July for 1 week, and we're staying at the Plus Farionis apartments. What's your view? Luke, the Plus Farionis is gorgeous. I've done a video, and again, I do honestly apologise. I have done a video with, I want to say Lorraine, but I do forget names. I'm terrible with names, so I do apologise if you're watching. But a lovely Irish couple. I know the guy was called Alfie because I've got an Alfie, and they showed me around it. So it's on YouTube. I think it's well far down. You'll have to look it. But if you go onto my YouTube channel and you search in the search box there, look, if you put Farionis, it will bring up all the videos that I've done on Farionis. So I've done the Farionis 5-star hotel, and there you go. I've done this one with Mary and Alfie. There you go. Sorry, Mary. So Mary and Alfie showed me around their room. So I've done a little video there of the new of the Farionis. It's a great place. Let's have a look on the map where it is. 1 second. You're not seeing it, are you? I'm going to do that again. It's here, look. Go into the search bar here. Type the word Farionis on there. Bloody hell. Type the word Farionis in there and it'll bring up there. So there you go. I've done the Farionis Hotel, and there's the one with Mary, look, there where I saw a room. And then I'll show you where it is on the map. Farionis. Oh. Let me just clear that. Farionis Apartments plus Farionis. So it's not far from the Luzimar that we spoke about earlier. So it's, I mean, when I say location, I mean this is location. It is literally a stone's throw from the front. You can literally walk down this road and you'll literally be right on the Playa Grande beach. And there is actually a little shortcut to get to the new Soho shopping centre. So this is a new Soho shopping centre here. And that's got Mercadona and stuff. Now, room-wise, they're a little bit dated. I think this is going to be the next one to be refurbished. But they're beautiful. They're spotlessly clean. Just a little bit old-fashioned. But, I mean, top quality because the Farionis is all about quality. But some of the decor could do with being updated. And I think, like I said, that's going to be the next one. But everybody loves the Farionis. Everything's spotless there. They've got a beautiful pool area. They've got a little roof terrace as well. The food's meant to be quite nice as well. They've got a lovely little pool bar and restaurant. And I think it's self-catering as well. So you can literally get all your food from Mercadona and within walking distance, get it back. But it's gorgeous, look. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if I can move that. No, I can't. So there you go. Farionis, top one. You should enjoy that. Oh, God. Now I've pressed this and it's disappeared again. Phil says people need to book their stuff in advance or they'll miss out. Indeed, Phil, you do need to book your excursions in advance. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this summer's going to be crazy. It's getting busy already. It's half term and things are full. I think we were trying to book people on Submarine tomorrow. That's closed tomorrow. And this is like not even summer. So Submarine will be closed 3 days in advance. Your tours will be 3 days in advance. I mean, we do get quite a big allocation, but you must book in advance as well. And if you use the code TTK, you'll save yourself a little discount. And you can pay a deposit on our website as well with most excursions. So you can actually, let's say the excursion total is 150, you can pay like 30 euros to reserve your seat and then you pay the rest on the day. So that's a handy thing to do that you can do on our website. And it's www.travelon.world. Let's have a look. I'm sorry if I flick through some of the comments, but I answer one and then it sort of tends to go through. They sell Tayto Crisps in Tesco's. Do they indeed? Let's have a look. Thanks, Phil. Any chance you know what markets are on and what days? Of course I do, Richard. Of course I do. So you've got the big main market in Teguise, which is on a Sunday. Okay. Now you can get the local bus from there. Like I said, I'm a good salesman, but I'm also an honest salesman. I could never sell a person with no legs a pair of shoes. I've always said that. You know what I mean? I'm a good salesman, but I'm a very honest salesman. So, Richard, depending on where you're stopping, you can pay through our website to go on it. It's 15 euros per person from like Porto del Carmen and Costa de Guise. And off the top of my head, why am I even thinking about it? I can just bloody show you, can't I? So if you go to travelon.world and you go to Lanzarote, and you go to the tour section, you'll see the market just down here. So there's the Teguise market. So it's 15 euros per person. That's child and adult. And if you're in Playa Blanca, it is every Sunday 20 euros per person. Now, if you're in Playa Blanca, I reckon 100% get if you want to go to the local market and you haven't got the car, if you've got a car, head up there. Easy. You can park quite well. It's 20 euros there and back. And you get a guide on board. They're going to drop you off there. They're going to tell you where to go. And they're going to be waiting to bring you back. Now, you can get the local bus from Costa de Guise and Porto del Carmen really, really easily. And it's about 3 euros each way, right? If you watch my lives when I walk down, because I always go live on a Sunday morning, sometimes them buses go past full. And you have to wait for the next one and wait for the next one and wait for the next one. So for 15 euros, I mean, I think it's worth it just to book the bus to get up there. Like I said, the guide is going to be on there. They're going to take you up there. They're going to tell you where they're going to be. Because the other issue is getting back as well. It's a nightmare getting there on the local bus. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, it's not all the time, but sometimes it's really full. And then on the way back, everyone's leaving at the same time. So it's like taxis are all over the place. For €15, use the code TTK and you'll get it even cheaper than that. I'll make absolutely nothing on that, by the way, with a discount code. But I don't care. Just get yourself to the market. That's on a Sunday in Teguise. Then you've got the Playa Blanca market down in Marina Rubicon. That's on a Wednesday and Saturday. If you're in Porto del Carmen and Costa de Teguise, you can book a bus return on there, and I think that's about €18, something like that. And that's a beautiful market. That's really nice. And that's on a Wednesday and Saturday. You've got one in Porto Calero, which is a Tuesday and Friday. The only way to get to Porto Calero is to go and find a way to get to Porto Calero. And then you've got some others in a village, like you've got Harrier. There's one in Harrier. That's beautiful. But again, you need a car for that. And I think the Harrier one's a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. So I hope that helps, Richard. Package holiday with EasyJet, 23k plus 10 luggage hand. Yeah. So yeah, with the package holidays, you do get a lot more luggage allowance, don't you? Let's have a look. Lily said, thanks for the mention. Glad you and Mrs. travel on like the present. Thanks, Lorraine. I love the plane. I love the plane. If anybody wants to bring me a Ryanair plane, because I forgot to ask. I should have asked on the way there, but I thought, I'll ask on the way back. And then on the way back, I was stuck between two people, and the lady walked past, and she was like doing, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want perfume? Do you want scratch cards? Do you want this? And I didn't know at which point she was selling food, scratch cards, or actual things, and I felt like a bit of a plonker in the middle of two people to go, excuse me, have you got one of them model planes? I thought, I ain't lowering myself. I'm not lowering myself. I'm not doing it. So if anybody wants to bring me a Ryanair plane, I'll be very grateful. But don't all get me one. Tell me if you're getting me one, just in case somebody else has got me one. Because otherwise, you'll be saying, I've got you a plane. I've already got 10. I've already got 10, thanks. Oh, right, let's have a look. Johnny says he's watched all of them. I don't know what he's watched. So I got not sure if you've seen the question, but any info on HD Lobos Hotel opening in 2025 in Fuerteventura? Michelle, I don't know. But if it's a new hotel and it's opening in 2025, I better get over there and do some videos, shouldn't I? Thanks for the insight, because if it's a new hotel, I need to go and keep a record of that. So I'll have to have a monthly visit over to Fuerteventura. So that'll give me a reason, Michelle. I should do some research on it and watch this space. Andrew's heading to Playa Blanca on Saturday. Fantastic. Nicola says, good evening, all my fellow mug clubbers. Welcome to the mug club. Elba on the 9th of June. You'll love Elba, John. I've done a full video on that as well. You'll love it. Great place. Just back from Lanzarote Apartments. There seem to be no UK TV stations available now. I was told satellite turned off. Do you know anything about that for the coming Christmas? Janice, I don't, to be honest. Some hotels have it. It depends if they've got one of them boxes. And I wonder if it's a dodgy box. I've got a dodgy box. Well, it's not a dodgy box. A Fire Stick. Nobody's watching. Everybody's watching. But I've got a dodgy package that I've recently upgraded. It's 60 quid for the year, and it gives me all ITV Channel 4. But I never watch it, to be honest. The kids just use it to watch films and stuff. Maybe they've been caught. I don't know. Maybe, because I wonder where they do get the licenses to do that. I know some of the bars have got these dodgy boxes because they have to have the sport on and stuff. Because I don't think you can get it. You used to, when it was satellite TVs, you used to have a guy, what was he called? There was a guy here called Dave, Satellite Dave, and he'd come round, stick a satellite dish on you and give you a dodgy card. They were back in the days. But it's all still dodgy. So I wonder if the hotels are not allowed to do it anymore. We are from Coventry. Did you meet your wife who is... We are from Coventry. How did you meet your wife who is from Coventry? Well, there you go, Linda. When I was about 22, 23, I was working in a lap dancing club. Believe it or not, I was actually the DJ in a naughty stripper club. It's the best job I've ever had in my life. Don't hate me for it, you know, but it was a great job. So I was working in there, and for some reason I wanted to give that job up. I think it was a little bit too much for me. And I thought, do you know, I want to get out of England. I want to go abroad, and I want to meet myself a beautiful senorita or a beautiful Greek goddess. And I'm going to give up all my English roots because I can't be bothered with it. I'm going to meet myself a nice, I don't know, wherever I go in the world, and meet a foreign lady and settle down. What happened? I'll tell you what happened. I went and worked abroad here, there, and everywhere, basically looking after bloody English people. And just the only girls I met there were bloody English girls anyway. And then I went and worked in Tenerife for a winter season because I was in all the party places during the summer. I went and worked in Tenerife for a winter season, and I got on the plane, and on the bus on the way there, I saw this blonde young lady and was like, all right, you know, give her the grunt and that. And it turned out she was a rep. And we met in Tenerife. And then we met on the training course. I've told this story before, just in case anybody's bored. We met on the training course because you have 2 weeks to train and learn about Tenerife. And we sort of hit it off on the training course. And then at the end of the training course, they tell you where you're going to live. And the big boss at the time in Tenerife was one of my good mates. And he called me in the office. He said, right then, Disco Dave, because that was my stupid name that I had because I was a bit of a lad back in the day. He said, you're going to be working in these hotels and you're going to be living in an apartment with Karen. And I went, oh, all right then. And I walked out the door and I turned around and I said, who did you say I'm living with again? And he said, Karen. I said, why would you put me with her? We've sort of got together on the training course, you know, because... You know, you do this 2-week training course, and she could have been up the other end of the island. I'd never see her. I wouldn't see her. So I was, you know, and I was a free agent, me, you know. And he said, yeah, and he laughed. And he went, so we ended up living together for a whole winter season in Tenerife, and that was it. That was the end of my life. And now I'm here with a young lady from Coventry. My dreams of senoritas and Greek goddesses just flew out the window in that one section. So I calmed down because I was living with her, and I thought, you know what? It's actually more. It's actually quite nice, this living with somebody. I think I'm going to settle down, and I did. And then I haven't drank alcohol for 20 years either. So I've really settled down. Someone said Puerto Rico more than England. Yeah, I don't know much about Gran Canaria at the moment, but I am getting over there. In fact, I lived in Gran Canaria, so I do know quite a bit about Gran Canaria, but it was some time ago. Jack was conceived in Gran Canaria, and Mrs. Travelon was pregnant in Gran Canaria, and then we came back to Lanzarote, and she had Jack here. So Johnny said he paid 9,000 with TUI for Sandos. Oh my God, Johnny, 9,000. That sounds a lot, but maybe it's not. 120 days to go until we can do our next video in Fuerteventura. We're all good though. Love you all. Oh, fantastic, Becky. I'll be over in Fuerteventura to see you for sure. I'll get that new ferry over. Is the weather crap? It's not good at the moment, Dan. It's been a bit overcast today. Coming to Lanzarote in July. Just looking at booking a transfer to and from our accommodation via Travel on World. Always book your excursion. Excellent. So thank you very much, Louise. The transfer company we use, like I said, it's not our transfer company. I was offered the opportunity to actually like really organise transfers and like hire buses and stuff. But there is no way in the world I am taking responsibility for holidays and airport transfers, because if anything goes wrong there, you know, if you miss your bus for the Grand Tour or a boat trip, it's not the end of the world, is it? You're going to be disappointed. If it's your own fault, you ain't getting a refund, by the way. If it's our fault, which it never usually is, we'll of course refund you. But if it's your own fault, you get told where the bus stop is, you get told what time. If you went there 5 or 10 minutes before and that bus goes and it's going on the time it's meant to go and you're not there, we have everything recorded. You ain't getting a refund. That's the only stipulation we're booking with us, and that's the same with everybody. But we work with a company that do transfers. I think they're called Kiwi, and they're fabulous. Everybody's raved about them. I've had nobody come back saying that they've had any problems. So we picked a good one, and we did quite a lot of research to make sure we got the real best ones for that. So they seem to be spot on with that. And the rest is history, Linda says. Dave, Spearmint Dave, Big AD. What do you know about Spearmint Rhino, Big AD? Big AD said Spearmint Rhino is still going on the Hagley Road. Yes, I do know that, AD. That was the best place in the world. The women are doing photo shoots outside the other week. I nearly crashed my car. Can you believe I used to work in a lap dancing club? What a life. What a life. It was a great time, but it was looking back on it now, you know, when you look back on your life and you think, geez, what was I doing? What was I doing? I was a party animal, mate. Party animal. That's why I don't drink, and I haven't drank for 20 years. I was I wasn't a boozer, as in like a weekday drinker or anything like that. But I was literally, if I drank, I drank. So nobody would get me out and say, oh, should we go for a meal, have a couple of beers? No. If we go for a meal, if we have one beer, we are going to be out till 4 o'clock in the morning and we ain't coming home. And that is it. That was me. Unfortunately, it was all or nothing. So I gave up drinking because, well, I couldn't handle the hangovers anymore. So I'd drink on a Friday night, would be the big night, drink, get absolutely annihilated, wake up Saturday dying, do it all again Saturday. Sunday would be right off, I'd be dead. Monday, I'd feel awful. Tuesday, I'd feel just as awful and just sort of coming round and still eating crap and still feeling like crap. Wednesday was not too bad. Thursday, I'm back, I'm all right. Friday, I do it all again. And it was a vicious circle, vicious circle. So I had to stop it. Little Player Blanca, can you show us where on Google Earth? Wayne, yeah, why not, hey? Why not? Let me highlight that, Wayne. And oh no, I can't. Can I highlight these? No, I can't do anything on here, Wayne. I can't do anything. Yeah, why not? So, Little Player Blanca, I'm going to keep you all up to date with the new Little in Player Blanca. I'm ever so excited. So, I won't put in Little Player Blanca because it won't be on there yet. But I'll put FT Player Blanca, which is the hardware store. The hardware stores here are called Ferreterias or Ferreteria. And the biggest one is FT Group. So, this is where the Lidl's going to be. So it's a little bit out, to be honest. It's more for locals, I think, than it is for tourists. And it's right by where the hardware store is. So when you come into Playa Blanca, this is the main road into Playa Blanca, and you know you've hit Playa Blanca when you get to this roundabout here, which is beautiful, by the way. It's got a little house on it, and you've got the petrol station. So it's literally just by the petrol station, which is here, and it's been built in this area here. So you see this. All of this is going to be Lidl. So they've built a few new roads and they've started laying the concrete sort of foundation. So I am going to do a weekly update on the Lidl and we'll follow that on the channel just like I did with the Barcelo. But let me get it a little bit more developed. In fact, I'll do it next week. I'll start it next week and we'll follow the progress of Lidl. You lot watch some weird things, don't you? It was one of my most popular things. It's what put me on the map. Is doing the building of that hotel. I suppose it was interesting, wasn't it, to see it being built? But you lot loved it. Everybody, the views went sky high with that. But I suppose it's strange, isn't it? What you think people will like, and I can spend hours editing a video thinking this is going to be the best video in the world. No one will watch it, and then I'll go and walk down the street for 5 minutes talking crap, and everyone will watch it. Weird. Mrs. Travelon says, end of my life, I'm crying with laughter. What was the end of my life? Meeting you, Mrs. Travelon. Well, let's face it. The fun has stopped for me, hasn't it? I'm only joking. We have lots of fun, don't we, Mrs. Travelon? We're going out for dinner soon. She loves it that I've got this channel now and I have to take her out for dinner because before I've refused, flat out refused. So, can we go out for dinner? No, we can't. I shall cook. Thank you very much. I'll save myself some money and I won't have to wait for my food. So she's loving it because I get to go out and she gets to go out and we get to do videos and stuff like that. I've had a few free things. I better not say free meals because there was a few trolls on last time that said, oh, you got a free meal. How dare you? Temu sent me a load of stuff and I did a Temu haul. So I've got that coming up. In fact, I bought some of that actually. It was like a travel haul, but I paid a little bit for like the postage and the delivery and stuff. But I've got another video coming up where a company contacted me and I just say yes to everything because I like free stuff. I don't care. And they're like, oh, we'd like to collaborate with you. Would you, could we send you one of these products as a in return for a video? I'm like, yeah, send me. So a company called Car Pure Ride, I've got the video coming up, actually a really good product, and I will tell you this now, if I do get things in the post and I do the review and I think these are crap, like I always do with the meals or anything like that, if I go out for a meal and the food is crap, I just won't post the video. But Car Pure Ride, because my car's old, and when I went to Tenerife and hired the car with Sanasti, It was all digital, and it connected to your phone, and you could have like your Spotify and the maps and everything on the screen. Well, my car's like 6 years old now. It's a Ford Ranger, and I've only got a tiny little screen that just plays radio. So the Carpy Ride is like a little thing. The video will be up to maybe tomorrow. It's like a little LED screen that goes on your dashboard, and you connect it in, and it's even got a reverse camera, which I'm going to get somebody professional to put in, because you have to cable it all in. But if you don't want the reverse camera, and it's got all in there for you, so it's all linked in. So I've done a video on that. That was free. And it was about £230 to buy. But in all honesty, it's worth, if you want that if you've got an old car and you want that service, that sort of smart car sort of thing, it's really, really good. You'll see the video on that coming up, I think, tomorrow. I've also had a luggage company contact me. Very nice luggage. And well, with Bing Travel, I thought it'd be a good collaboration. And they do luggage where the top of the luggage folds out for a seat for your kid. So they said, would you like to do a collaboration? Do you have children? I said, yeah, I've got 2 babies. So I've got to go and borrow some kids, basically. But I am going to do a video on that, because actually the luggage looks really nice. So that's on its way as well. Well, they've got to send it. And I keep trying to get Mrs. Travel on to do some stuff as well, because another company messaged me and said, we do dry... I don't think they actually research who they're asking. They asked me, and they said, we do a spray-on dry conditioner. Would you like to review it? Really? So I said, no, but Mrs. Travelon will. Send me a couple of bottles. So there's some dry conditioner coming. And obviously, if it's crap, we won't post it. But if it's good, I'll post it. I don't care. I'll do that. So she's happy. So she's waiting for more stuff to come through. So if anybody, collaborators out there, or businesses that want their, clothes and stuff, or women's hair dryers or anything like that, just get in contact. Mrs. Travelon will review them for you. I'll film her doing it, no problem at all. Keep it all coming. Keep it coming. Chris says, have you ever reviewed the Bitakara Club on your YouTube? Do you know what, Chris? I haven't, but I'll show you where it is. Dun, 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 dun. I've actually done the Bitakara in Tenerife. That's a recent video I've done, so don't get confused with that. Bitakara. No, there is a debate with Bitakara. I call it Bitakara. Some people call it Bitakora. I think I'm correct. Somebody on here will probably tell me it's completely wrong, and a Spanish person will definitely tell me it's completely wrong. I call it Bitakora, but some people call it Bitakora. It doesn't really matter, does it? But I know that some people get really annoyed when you pronounce things wrong. Get a life. There's more things in the world than how I pronounce Bitakora. Right, so Bitakora is, do I say far out? It's not really. It looks like it on the map, doesn't it? It's right here. It's a 3-star. On one side is more residential. There's quite a few residential sort of Airbnbs. On the other side, massive pool bar. Pool bar's amazing. Pool's amazing. Service is amazing. Last time I went in there on a live, I had a little nose in, and it's all been refurbished as well, so it looked gorgeous. And it's not too far to get down on the front. In fact, if you have a look on one of my live videos, I think there's a video on here. It's called Back Street. If you put in the search term Back Street, I think it's this video here on posted 1 month ago. No, it's not. It could be this one. It could very well be this one. 10 months ago. It's called Live Catch Up. Farioni Suites is open. Hills, Hills and More Hills, and the back streets of Porto del Carmen. I think it could be on that one where I actually go to the Bitakara and I have a little look in on one of my live videos. It could be. But it's a really nice place. I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. You need to put these reviews on YouTube. Which reviews? The reviews of the things I am putting it on. Hello, Joanne. How are you? Hope you well. I haven't seen you on there. Have you just come on? I think it's dry conditioner. I think it's dry conditioner. Are Pasilius Club Apartments any good? Staying there in 2 weeks. Denise, let's have a look. Pasilius Club. I know where it is. I've not done that one as well. Pasilius Club. Club Pasilius. So, Club Pasilius is actually right opposite the beach of the Puddles. So, this beach here is called the Beach of the Puddles. It's massive. The reason it's called the Beach of the Puddles is when the water comes in, it actually tends to stick around here and it causes like a big puddle before it goes out and then it dries up. Massive beach. It's not the most prettiest of beaches, but they have got like sunbeds and stuff, but it's huge. To walk from there to the sea is massive, and you are literally slap bang there. Again, little sort of 3-star accommodation. I'm not sure if all of this is part of Club Pasilios or just this bit, because it only looks like it's got a small pool there. Yeah, I reckon it's all of there because the design of that's the same. So I reckon it goes all the way around here. I could be mistaken, but I know the hotel well. Ideal for parking. In fact, it's one of the best places to park in Porto del Carmen up here. You can never park in Porto del Carmen. And right next to it, you've got this area here, which has got bars and restaurants. And then just over, you've got a lovely walkway here with loads of bars and restaurants down here. And that'll lead you into Matagorda as well. So your sort of stomping ground probably would be Matagorda, and you can get here. And you're literally a stone's throw from the airport as well. It'll take you 10 minutes in a taxi, or you can even get the local bus. It'll be 3 stops on the local bus. Stops right outside your apartment as well. That's going to be the cheapest way to get there. And you can come and watch the airport. Look, you can come and see the planes land just here. So yeah, it's a lovely place. I think you'll enjoy it there. When you hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, then I will do more videos. Oh, Mrs. Travelon's trying to get 1,000 followers on TikTok. She can do more. Mrs. Travelon, close your account and open a new one in England because they pay when you're in England. I went back to England. I went back to England and my TikTok come up and it said get verified. You know when you get the blue cross? And I thought, ooh. So I clicked it. I sent all the things and stupidly I took a picture of my passport and it come back and it said we can't verify you because the picture of the passport needs to be resent. So instead of saying resend it, try again in 30 days. I'm like, for God's sake. So everything else was perfect. So I missed out on getting verified. And then I went to Ireland. By the time I come back to UK, that option of being verified had disappeared. So I think I sort of tricked the algorithm or the TikTok to think that I was in England. Because if you're in England, you actually get paid for your videos. That's why people are making serious money on TikTok, because they get paid. But my TikTok account is in Spain, and I don't get bugger all. Hence why I'm going to focus on YouTube. And that brings me on to the future of Mr. Travelon. I am going to do loads more on YouTube. I am going to do more lives on YouTube. We're going to keep with the studio. Let me know. I honestly would appreciate if you send me a private message or an email, dave@mrtravelon.com. Let me know the sort of videos that you want to see. The sort of videos you like. Tell me the videos you don't like. If you don't like this bit in the studio, tell me. I mean, I see the figures anyway, so I see what people like and what they don't like, so I can see what are good videos and what are not videos. But do I continue doing this on a Thursday evening? Because, you know, it's bloody 9 o'clock now, and I've done nothing but yap for nearly 2 hours, nearly an hour and a half. I'm exhausted. But do I continue to do this? Would you rather me go out on a Thursday evening and walk the streets and do what I do on TikTok? I'm never going to give up my Sunday morning TikToks and pre-recording live. I'm going to keep that going till I die. What would you like to see? I'm definitely going to be more focused on YouTube now because with being honest with you, you can make money on YouTube. You know, those little adverts that you see when you watch my videos, I get paid about 10p. But those 10p's add up. So there is money in TikTok, and as you grow, you can earn serious money. I mean, some of these people that do YouTube full time, like my mate Walk with Dim, he gets paid thousands and thousands and thousands. We're talking in the tens of thousands a month. And that's why he goes to these big expensive hotels, because he knows he'll go and spend, let's say he spends 10,000 on a night in the biggest, poshest hotel, or he spends 5,000 on a flight first class, he'll make that tenfold just off the ads on the video. So that's the future. That's what I want to aim towards. I mean, the website's great, and that's my business. Will that have a future? I don't know. You never know what's going to happen with the world, do you? I mean, COVID took us out for 2 years. Something like that could come back. We haven't even discussed, the threat of war at the moment, and the Richie Sunak saying that 18-year-olds have to join the army and all that stuff. We haven't even touched on that tonight, have we? So you don't know what the world's going to happen. So it's sort of my backup plan, but I think I'm going to focus more heavily on it. So you're going to see a lot more of me, I'm afraid. Poor you. But please, honestly, I would really appreciate your feedback. Email, private message me, however, and just say, look, this is what we want to see. I enjoy this part of the channel. I don't enjoy this part. Do this, do that. Can you go here? And I'll do whatever. If enough people ask, I'll do whatever. I am also thinking of doing some kind of charity thing, but I don't like charity. I'm going to be hand on heart, honest with you. I don't trust charities. I think some of them, you give them £1 and 10p of that goes to the charity. The other 90p is going to other things. So I don't agree. I agree with charity, but first of all, I can't find a charity that I actually trust enough to do anything. And the second thing is, I'm not going to raise money for charity where people are sending me money or anything to do with me, or I don't agree with that GoFundMe channel either, because they take quite a big commission off that as well to run that. So I would rather find a charity that I know is going to put the money to good use, and anything that I do, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might walk. I'm thinking, and let me know what you think. Obviously, you can let me know in the comments or whatever. I'm thinking of doing a walk from the north, from Graciosa. I don't know why I'm even thinking this. I'm thinking of walking all the way from Graciosa to Playa Blanca, over on the ferry, and then from Coroleco down to the south of Fuerteventura. That would take a few days, but I'm thinking of doing that. I might even walk to Tenerife from Lanzarote. That's another thing that I could do. I don't know how. Obviously, it'd mean a boat, but I could walk from Fuerteventura. I could do the length of Fuerteventura, jump on the ferry, go over Gran Canaria, jump on another ferry. No, that would more be like getting the ferry to Tenerife. It's got to be a way. I've got to walk. I've seen a guy that's walking from Manchester to Ibiza. I thought that could be quite an idea, but then he's walking mainland, isn't he? It's a bit different with the islands, isn't it? Anyway, if you've got any ideas with that, or any charities that don't put the money in the pocket, and I'm definitely not doing it where you send me money, because the amount of people that I know that have run charity events, and then somebody will go, I reckon he kept the money. I ain't getting involved. Let's have a look, see if I can just get some comments done. Keep doing the Thursday night studios. Really helpful, good advice. Thank you very much. I will do. Studio Thursday. This is the best TV. This is better than TV. Well, let's face it, Becky. I said earlier I've got a dodgy box and I can't stand British TV. However, I'm watching a good. I like the drama sets. I download, like, if there's like a Channel 5 like drama or something. What have I watched? Passenger. That's really good. I'm watching one called now season 2 of The Responder. That's really good. Blue Lights. That was really good. Red Eye. That was really good. So I like watching them, but I can't be bothered watching one every week. I'd rather just wait for it to come out and then download it all and watch it all together. But yeah, UK TV is pathetic. I mean, when I was at my mum's, you've got like your main 5 channels, which is what we had back in the day, didn't we? In fact, we only had 3 back in the day, didn't we? And then Channel 4 came, and then Channel 5, so we had 5. But they're rubbish. And then it's just, the rest is like E4, E4 plus 1, ITV plus 1. They're all crap. In fact, the only thing that I was watching on UK TV was things like Come Dine With Me, Place in the Sun, that one where they go for a dinner date. And I mean, and them are crap, aren't they? And Police Intercept Us. So yeah, UK TV is rubbish. So if you want to watch me on a Thursday night, well, I don't know if I'm any better. I only watch on YouTube. I'm not into Facebook or TikTok. No, well, TikTok's very TikTok will get you addicted within seconds. It's a very addictive platform. Try and keep off it, Diane. It's a dangerous place to visit. But the live walking around is so much better on TikTok. It's just so much easier than YouTube, and you get thousands of people. The thing is with YouTube is you choose to watch YouTube, and the thing is with TikTok is it chooses what it tells you to watch. So I can get like 2,000, 1,700 people on TikTok within a second, because they're flicking through and TikTok will say, you're going to watch this now, and you'll go, okay. Whereas YouTube, I'll say, right, I'm live at 7 o'clock, and I might have 100, I don't even know how many people I've had on today, but I might have 100 people on, and then it saves it, and then I'll get like 5,000 people will watch it in total, if they can be asked. Walk with Tim got 130k views in 2 days on his last video. Bloody hell. That's serious money. Well, 130 is nothing for Walk with Tim in 2 days. That's nothing. He's got videos at like 1 million views. 1 million. He's coining it in. He's coining, and fair play to him, you know. I know I take the piss and stuff, but fair play. He does really good content. He does really good editing. And yeah, he's earning a fortune. Fair play to him. If I ever meet him, I'll shake his hand. He can buy me a bottle of posh water, can't he? Let's have a look. What hire car company on the island is best and most reliable? Pixel in the Skies. Hire cars. I mean, Cabrera Medina and C Car are the two big ones. But there is another one called Bisu Car in Playa Blanca. It's a new one that's opened. A really nice guy owns it, actually, Johnny. I'm on the posh water now. So, yeah, and another one, Auto Resin, is meant to be quite good as well. But if you go onto the website, lanzaroteinformation.co.uk, Mike and Julie run that, and they do a lot with car hire. I think they work with Plus Car, but I think they work with all the different car hires. And what they'll do is they'll go out and get you the best deal, and then they deal with that if you want that more personal service. But that's lanzaroteinformation.co.uk. With the latest chart. But make sure you change to all. I have got all messages on. Well, Big AD, our viewers, make sure you change to all messages. The viewers have to do that as well. There you go, Big AD. 185 watching now. Really? Bloody hell, that's good for me. That's good for me. Susan can recommend Auto Resin and Cabrera Medina. Thanks, Tony. Excuse me. That was them crisps. So there you go. It's now 9:15. It's way past my bedtime. I'm usually tucked up in bed now with the laptop watching some crap on Netflix, but it gives me something to do on a Thursday evening, does it? Jack's out. Rachel said, I love messages coming through now. I love the mixed set of videos, but watch them all in one. Yeah, I know. That's the problem, isn't it? I can't watch once, you know, if it's like new season out, watch one every week. I'm like, no, I'll just wait 10 weeks, thanks. Watch it all together in one night. In fact, when Cobra Kai season 2 came out, it came out New Year's Day 2020, sure it was COVID times, 2022, I want to say. And we watched that in one day. one sitting, watch the whole season. I love Cobra Kai. I love Karate Kid. I love Karate Kid. It's the best film ever made in the world. Johnny says he's going to Sandals Papagayo in July. Will you be around? Yeah, Johnny, I'll be around. It's really difficult for me, Johnny. I get loads of people sending me messages. I want to meet you. I want to do this. You just try and check when I'm live on TikTok. That's the best time to catch me because you know exactly where I am. But it's so difficult for me to say yes to everybody to come and meet them because I don't want to say everybody wants to meet me. I'm so bloody popular, but loads of people message. I'd love to bump into you. I'd love to meet you. Where are you going to be? Come and have a drink. Come and have dinner. I have a life. You know what I mean? I live in Lanzarote, but I'm not on holiday. And that's, I think, a lot of people think that. They think, oh, you know, he's got plenty of time. He lives in Lanzarote. He's on holiday. I have to work. I have to run a business. I've got a bloody two snot-nosed kids. No, they're good. Jack's getting older. I'm bloody taxi service to him all the time. Mrs. Travel On, I mean, you know, she's a full-time job in her own right. I have to make sure she's all right. So I ain't got bloody time, but I am going to try and work out how to do this. And again, talking about sort of the future of the channel, I think when I talk to people in the streets, those videos go quite well. So I think I'm going to make it a weekly basis to go maybe to one of the markets. I did say I was going to start a market stall, and I thought that would be a great way for people to see me, you know, and buy something as well. I could make a bit of money, you know what I mean? Come and say hello to Mr. Travel On and buy something off his market store. But Mrs. Travel On rightly said, you know, if you're gonna sort of grow the channel and start going to Tenerife, Gran Canaria, go and visit other places, well, I can't just be Lanzarote, because there's not enough traffic in Lanzarote for me to grow the channel as big as the likes of Walk with Tim or Macmaster or anything like that, or Scotsman in Tenerife, because they go everywhere. And I don't really want to just do travel either. I'd like to do a little bit of everything, you know. So I'm trying to sort of get a bit more all round and try different things. The Dublin videos went really well. Got quite some good views on the Dublin videos. The airport videos went really well. So there's definitely sort of scope to sort of change it. So I don't want to get a market stall, because then I'm trapped. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, I've got to go to the market every Wednesday. But I might do that in Marina Rubicon. I might do a Saturday. I might pop down on a Saturday, but I'll advertise it and say, listen, I'm down in the market on Saturday, because it'll give me two things to do. One, I can make content. I was thinking of going down with the microphone and talking to people on holiday. Let me know, drop me an email if you think this is a good idea, or a comment now if I've got time to read it, to go down and just talk to people about their holidays. Where you stopping, you know, 5 questions. Where you stopping, how much did you pay for your holiday, where did you fly from, something like that. So that could be there. Sheen gift, Dave. What's a Sheen gift? I haven't got no Sheen gift. Has Mrs. Travel On bought? Oh, Mrs. Travel On bought me a Sheen gift. Oh yeah, look at her trying to clout chase. I can't get up, Mrs. Travel On. I am wearing pants, by the way, but it's somewhere. Oh, there it is. I'll go and get it. I am wearing pants. For those of you that thought, he's sat there in his boxers. I've got my shorts on. I've done that before. I've had a Zoom meeting, and I've been sat here in my bloody boxers, having a Zoom meeting with important people. So Mrs. Travel On bought me this from Sheen. Dun, 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 dun. So that's on the shelf. I mean, that logo there is the Twitch logo, I think. I'm not on Twitch, Mrs. Travel On. I'm on YouTube and TikTok. But there you go. Look, bless her. So I'll come back, and I've got to give a shout out to Mrs. Travel On, because when I went to England, I'll put that there. Look, she'll be happy. She bought me that as well. Not there, but when I went to England, obviously I was gone the week, and I come back, and she'd done so much. She'd organised the whole front of the house, like all the steps. She'd actually painted it as well. She got paint around. She got an electrician round to take the lamp off. She cleaned all the lamp. She spray painted the lamp. What else did she do? The house was spotless. Tell you what, Mrs. Travel On, she did ever so well. So I was well happy. You know, when you come back from somewhere and you think, oh God, nothing worse than walking out. That's why when we go on holiday, I always clean the house. You know what I mean? Even though you're on holiday, you leave it spotless, don't you? So I can come back to it and it's nice. So you can walk back in from your holiday and go, oh, everything's clean. But everything was spotless, and there was loads of new stuff as well. She bought me that. She did the front of the house. There's new things on the wall. What else did she do? Planted some sunflowers. So yeah, she'd done that while I was away, so that was good. Gary Tong said, wax on, wax off. Karate Kid fan as well. Love Peaky Blinders. Mrs. Travel On said that. Mrs. Travel On said to show you the Sheen gift. I just have, Becky. I just have. So there you go. Listen, like I said, it's well past my bedtime. I do appreciate you all coming on. I'm sorry about the problems at the beginning. I'm sick to death of it. I will try and get it sorted. And let me know, please, any feedback at all on the channel. I am pushing forward with that. I'm going to focus more on YouTube now. So if you've got any feedback, any ideas, anything, they gladly appreciate. Even negative feedback. I don't take offence with negative feedback. I don't take offence with anybody. You know, I'm not a snowflake, but some people's comments are, well, they're just idiots, aren't they? But honestly, you know, if it's criticism, I look at it as constructive criticism. Some people just don't know how to word things, do they? But yeah, like if there's anything you say, look, I don't like it when you I don't like those type of videos. That's not something I watch. If one person says it, then I'm not going to listen to you. But if 10 people say it, then I will. Don't get messaging me like somebody did before and said, can you please stop drinking water because I don't like hearing you swallow. Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. I'll just die. I'll just die of dehydration. That's fine. That's fine. I'm very sorry. Just for you, that. So there you go. I have got 4 bags of Tayto Crisps, which I'm not going to eat. They'll be gone. And thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had a great evening. Please keep smiling. Like I always say, don't let the buggers get you down. And if crap's going on your life, feel free to message me. I can't give you much advice because I'm not a psychiatrist or anything, but I'm always happy to listen. I'm always happy to listen. So keep smiling. I know the world's a bloody crazy place at the moment, isn't it? But just try not to worry about all the crap that's going on in the world. I didn't even tell you about Google, did I? I didn't even tell you about the Google office. You wouldn't believe it. Should I tell you now? Let me know if you want to hear about Google before I head off. Just put yes or no. Should I tell you about it? Oh, sod it. I'm going to tell you anyway. Keep the Thursdays coming. Enjoyed the chat. Thanks, moderators. Look, everyone's saying goodbye to everybody now. I better not. I'll tell you about Google next week. I will tell you about Google next week. I went to the offices of Google and it was fabulous. So I'll tell you next week about that. Remind me when you come on, put in the comments, remind us about the Google office because it was fab. It was fab. See you later.